Hi, Louise. Well, this is a quite a relaxed, not unusual way that I start these interviews, where we faff around trying to work out how to hear each other for about the first 5 minutes. Unless I have to, no, because I've, it all seems to be happening there. Um, I wonder why. Presumably you've seen mute, unmute at the bottom left. You've probably done that already, right?
Hello.
Hello.
I can hear
Hi.
you now.
All
Oh, I
right.
told you I'm a complete technophobe.
You're not the only one. You're not alone there. Don't worry about that at all.
Okay, well, you've managed to put a picture on your thing.
I have. I have. I thought, right, okay,
Oh, well,
just got time to quickly look up it's Red Brick Market, right?
yeah, that's where I've got my stall. Yeah.
Right, yeah. I'm gonna well, we've already started, but I'm just gonna quickly do
Okay.
a This is the first day, don't give away. This is my intro music that usually comes in about 10 minutes after.
Sorry. What a complete day.
But it wouldn't be right unless it had this kind of beginning.
Okay then.
So that's that. So
Are you all
yeah, so
right
it's been
anyway?
great to see you
And you? Are
at
you
the
all
front
right?
of quite a lot of the Duran shows recently.
Yeah, four of them, in fact. Four of them.
I
You do
know.
realise we have to queue up outside from about 10 o'clock to
I
get
just
to the
think it's
front.
amazing. I think it's amazing.
So,
I'm so impressed that everybody will do that. I mean, it was quite a special time, isn't it? Because it is the anniversary celebration, and so it's just so. I mean, it's always brilliant having the loyal Duran fans, but I can see, especially at the moment, why people really want to, want to
oh yeah.
make sure that they're there. That's not why we're here, though. That's not, we're here
No,
to talk
we're
about.
not talking about Duran Duran.
No, we're not talking about. Well, it's nice because that's the last time I saw you.
Yeah,
Um,
it was brilliant. All I can say is we were like bottles of pop and the lid was let off and then we just
I know
went bananas. So
it's such good fun. So because you invited me to your market, I think unfortunately because obviously there just wasn't much time. So tell us about
yeah.
your how you got started. Did you start the jam making the pickle jam over lockdown, or have you been doing it for a while?
Oh no, I've been doing it for a few years now. I actually started off making pickled onions. I don't know what possessed me to start off making pickled
Well, they're
onions,
delicious,
but
aren't they?
yeah, well, I like them myself. But then I thought I'd bung some chilies in, and I thought I worked in a pub at the time, and I tried. I made the customers be my guinea pigs, and they said, "Oh yeah,
Well, they
they're
didn't
lovely. Can you
mind.
make them more?" No, well, they wouldn't mind. They're free food and everything. But basically, and then I thought, well, I'm going to try this now, this jam. And I tried it, and they liked it as well. The guinea pigs liked it.
Mhm.
So I went to the job centre to find out if there was anyone that could help me, start the business up and everything. Because I'm okay at making the jam and etc. And talking to people and stuff, but it's all the business side of it that I get really confused about. Like,
I guess it's a new business, so it's not something you've done before, is it? What was your
no,
previous? What did you come from making food from like a food business, or were you doing something completely different before?
got college for 4 years, and then I had a child. Well, he's 19 now, so
What were you doing at
basically
college? Was that to do with?
art.
Oh, you did
No, it wasn't.
art.
It was art. Yeah, 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 and then textile design. So and then I had various jobs and everything, and then I got pregnant, and I decided not to work until he was at full-time school, and then I got a job in the pub. So yes, I don't do anything to do with art apart from crafty things now.
And I
But
suppose it probably helps with the design, with how you've decided to design all the labels and
yeah,
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
I'm
we've got
looking at a couple that the one that I tried is delicious. You've given me a couple of those ones, but there's a few in the background. But obviously, it's just this photo, so I can't see what else is up
no.
there.
the only thing is that I'm doing that flavour at the moment. I have got some other flavours in mind, and I've actually made one, and it's a pineapple, chili, and not basil, coriander flavour.
Oh, that
So
sounds
it
lovely.
is really nice, but I haven't got the consistency right yet. But it is really nice.
That
It's
sounds,
quite hot though, so I might have to cool down the hotness.
but well,
So
no,
I've done
not
that, and I've got.
really. The
Well,
one that
no,
I've been trying is really nice. Is that could be your the part of the brand, although I guess it's just nice to
yeah,
explore, really.
yeah. Well, it is tasty, But the thing is, people always go, "Oh, it's not hot enough," or "It's too hot," but
Can't
they
please
like
everyone.
it. I know, but the thing is, they say,
Oh,
"Make
what's happened to the reception?
Oh, can you hear me
I can,
now?
yeah, it's come back again now.
The problem is you sort of like you can make one medium one or one really hot, and it still isn't hot for some people, and it's still too hot. So I've just made the one strength in my normal one. But I have got a couple more ideas for flavours, but I've
Hmm.
just started off with that flavour to begin with.
Yeah, I
But
guess
I've
you
been
want to
doing
get
it a while, but
one strong one that you're happy
yeah.
with, and that's the way things probably usually start. And then what did you actually do then? So when did you get it into Red Brick Market? Is that the main place that you sell it?
Oh, well, no, I did because I started it before lockdown, etc., etc. But I had to look after my dad for a while because he had dementia.
Oh,
And then we were locked down and we were shielding, and then he passed away, I'm afraid. But
oh, sorry to hear that.
so we were still in lockdown and everything, and I thought this is what I want to do. When you think you've got to just go with what you love to do. I don't want, as much as I'd love a job in a pub again, and I love pub work and it's great. I wanted to do something that for me for a change, but I'm
Yeah.
making no money at the moment. I'm just going to hope it's going to fly off the shelves
Well,
once
you
I
got
get
to
it on.
start somewhere. It
I
doesn't,
know.
right at the beginning, it's not as though it's not necessarily a massive money earner, but that's the whole point. That you're going to build it as you go along and find out
Yeah.
about it as it goes, and especially in line with this group, you're in good company because quite a lot of people, and myself included, when I started doing my albums, quite a lot of it is research and fact finding, and really having that support and having that commitment to, which is quite risky. It can feel quite risky and a bit scary at times, but
Yes,
to actually
absolutely.
making that commitment to doing it.
Yeah, well, exactly that. I think someone put on the other day that there's an element of risk. I'm not sure whether it was you who put it
I
on there.
posted that willingness to take risks, which I thought was a nice reminder, because it can feel it can feel often that we're taking a risk, and here comes another one when
Yeah.
it feels like a new business, especially when it's a new business. So yeah, so you have established it at the market now, and
Yeah, so
so
I had to really start again, basically, getting it out there and stuff. But I've got it in probably one, two, three, four, five, only five shops at the moment,
that's
and then the
fantastic.
market. No, but it's not because I've just, when you just think, oh God, I could, if I really concentrated, I should go out every day and do it. But the market came up probably about 5 months ago, and I thought, right, I'm going to have a stall there. Um, but I've had to move to a wall now because I couldn't afford the bigger stall.
Uh-huh.
But so I literally did that a week before. You
Oh, it's gone
kind
on
of,
pause. I think we're going to persevere because it seems to be coming back enough times to stick with this internet connection. But so you said
I know.
you've got it in the market. Yeah, you're back again. So good. So you got it in the market, and then 5 shops in Birmingham. And talk us through how you. When I say us, I mean you and me. You already know. One of those phrases. One of those interviewee phrases.
Is that what it
I
is?
can hear myself. I do want to know. I can just hear myself when I get a bit. Oh yes, I'm doing an interview. So, but I'm So, I mean, that's one of the things about doing these. I'm fascinated to know what different people's processes are as independent business owners and creatives doing our thing. There's some similarities across the different creative outlets and things that we're doing, but there are some commonalities, but also from each other, we can learn different things. How did you actually get it into the other shops? What did you do?
So basically, what you do is well, what I do is I've got a little Facebook page. I have done an Instagram page, but I'm so technically I can't even think of the word. Useless, I think, is the word. So I've got to get
I
it on my.
disagree already.
I've done it on a page, but I've got to get my Instagram up and running. But basically, I've done it for friends and stuff, and they've tried it, and then I've given it out and tried it, and then I'll do stalls, little stalls, basically. And to get it in the shops, I've just gone into the shops and said, just try that. And the man up the road said, "Oh yeah, that's lovely. We'll have it in 2 of my shops and everything."
Fantastic.
And then I've been to the butcher's by me, and then I met a couple of girls who own a butcher's a couple of years ago, well, before lockdown, and they said, "Oh, we'll try it." And that's my best customer at the moment, because they literally, I'll do 25, and then probably about a month later they say, "Oh, can we have some more now, please?" So
Oh,
it's just
fantastic.
it's just a matter of going in and being brave and just saying, "Would you like to try my jam?" And hopefully they like it. So
Yeah, because it sounds, well,
uh,
when you put it like that, it does sound simple, but a lot of people,
it does, yeah.
it does take that. It does take that. For some people, that can be easy. Said you haven't really had problem. You're quite happy chatting with people, having a bit of a chat. But for
Yeah.
some people, it doesn't occur. It either doesn't occur to, or it can be quite hard to just get the courage to just go and ask. Sometimes it is as straightforward. It might not be as well. Yeah, sometimes it can be as straightforward as that, but doesn't necessarily occur to. I mean, I can remember when it's different because I do music, but when I went and asked a little while ago, I think there was one place I thought, oh, I wonder if they'd be interested in playing my music. They only take library music, unless that was a fob off and they thought, no, we don't like library music. But I think they liked it, but
Yeah.
it's only library music. So sometimes when you do what feels like a straightforward route, it can be met with quite a lot of red tape and just really so that you can't have that direct link. So it's refreshing to hear when it can be that, because whether it is your produce, what you're making, or other people when they're doing certain things. I was interviewing Anita the other week, and she's doing crafts, although I loved her attitude. She's not particularly, doesn't seem particularly interested in selling them, which was just refreshing to hear. She just really
Yeah.
enjoyed making them.
This is going
I
to
was
be my money
assuming, no,
making now.
yeah, I was assuming there was like going to be this whole, oh no, I just really love, she's got like a house full of things. I'm like, oh, that's fabulous. But equally, if you want to make a living from something, that's absolutely fine. So you
Yeah.
start, so you have done friends and families, and then you give. So it is a question of kind of giving samples away and building up. The organic approach to building up business is great, isn't it? Where a lot of people, again, regardless of whether it's your produce, like some food, or even with mine, can forget friends and family and contacts and people and people that you built up a relationship with already, or people that live around you, your local area. It can be something that we suddenly think, oh, it's got to be everybody on Instagram in the whole world, and you completely forget about. You can
Yeah,
forget when you see
absolutely.
social media everywhere. You somehow can assume you've got to suddenly become incredible on social media, but you don't, do you?
Oh, well, I hope not, because I'm struggling with my Instagram page. So, but
There's
apparently
a lot to learn, isn't there?
I know. I'm all right with Facebook, but Instagram, I'm just like, oh my God, what do I do? So I'm gonna have to have some help, really, to be honest with you, to try and do that.
I mean,
But
I've heard a few different things around social media. I've heard a good a good argument for choosing the social media that you get on with, that you're all right with, and not suddenly thinking you've got to
Oh,
be
that,
amazing
yeah,
on YouTube, amazing on Instagram. I mean, obviously we know as business, from a business point of view, we want to have a presence on Instagram's very popular, and Facebook is popular, and so is YouTube. But there is an argument, I think, for choosing the ones that you feel okay with, and that you and if it works all right for you on those, it can be, it can be pretty decent. But then also you've identified an area that you want to learn in, so that's something that you, it's that thing of being
yeah. I've
patient
got
then,
to
isn't
know.
it? Not thinking that you've got to know how to do it all straight away.
Yeah, you just pick up different bits. But to be honest with you, hardly anyone buys it off Facebook. They buy it off
Right.
me because they've tried it, basically. Because I think with things like this, I think you need to try it before you buy it, in my mind. Because I wouldn't go into a shop and think, oh, that looks nice, let me buy it.
No.
I'd need to try it first, I think. But
Yeah.
so it's a bit tricky like that, because at the market, um, it's just on the shelf, and I'm like, come on, please. I mean, there's people that buy it, but I'm just thinking, I was thinking it'll sell like 100 jars a week and stuff like that, but it's not got that there yet. Um,
Give samples
but
away at the market, presumably.
well, yeah, because when we first started, it was sort of, we'd just come out of lockdown, so we didn't really sample it or anything. But I've been meaning to go the past couple of weeks. That this week I've had a cold, so I didn't go. And I ran out of petrol as well, for goodness sake.
Oh,
So
okay,
I
right.
know. So next week I'm going to go and let people try it, and then the majority of people, when they do try it, just go, "Oh God, I've got to have a jar of that." So
Exactly.
it's
Well,
just, yeah, it's just a matter of doing the little shows and little fates and little stuff like that, and people get to try it, and then they buy it. Well, hopefully. So
yeah.
yeah,
It's similar. I mean, when you in the supermarkets and you have, that's why they have the whole promotion things, isn't it? How many
yeah,
times have you stopped at a thing and thought, oh, I'll have a bit of that, and then unless it's
yeah,
guilt, but if I like it, I do often go and buy. Do you still
yeah.
do
So
that,
do
or do you
I.
just kind of run away thinking, right, that was a little free meal? I've just
No, I always try things that I like, and then I just think, oh, that's nice. I'll go and get some of that. I think it's a great
exactly,
idea. I
yeah.
think you've got to give some away to get some back, I think. But it's a bit tricky. It'll get there. And now my son's just started work today, so I can concentrate on this properly now and get it going. So,
So you've
and
got,
I've
so
still
what's the
got to.
one, what are your, do you do other cooking? Is cooking like, because you said you're doing, I'm fascinated to you about the art. We'll do another interview for art if you don't mind. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, but so I'm even more, well, I'm interested. What's your, when you're doing the jam, what are your influences kind of with cooking? Why did you choose that? Did you have, I don't
I
know.
have I have no idea. I have no idea. I just tried the pickled onions with chili in,
Oh, you
and
said,
then and but everyone liked the chilliness, so I thought, oh, let me look and see if there's anything chilli. And I thought, oh, I'll try that. And practice. I could do it with my eyes shut now.
do you cook a
Um,
lot?
I like cooking, but I sometimes go for the ready-made meals and go, oh, that'll do. But I do like cooking, but it can go in bolognese and stuff like that, and so it does go with loads of different things. But as to cooking, there's only me and Henry, my son, and he's like, "Oh, you can't cook very well, so I'm going to order something." He said, "Little
Charming.
horror." I know, charming that is, but and he won't try my chili jam either, just on purpose.
Okay, well maybe you can encourage him to go and get some work and then buy his own things.
Yeah,
It's just a
absolutely.
just a gentle little
Yeah,
suggestion.
yeah. No, he started his
I'm
job
sure
today,
it's-
so
Oh yeah,
I'll
you
have to
said what's he starting?
doing stuff like doing the festivals and gigs, the backstage, the lights and the sound and stuff like that. So
Fabulous. Have you
I
thought of
know.
taking your jam to one of those places, to the
No,
festivals?
not yet. Oh my God, I've just thought I could do, couldn't I? Because I was
Yes.
thinking about taking it to, I've been around the business parks, but unfortunately, the little businesses will let you in and they'll try it and they've had it off me. But the big businesses where you see hundreds of cars, you ring on the door and they go, "Oh no, sorry, not interested." And I'm thinking, oh, so you've just spoken to 100 people, spoken on behalf of 100 people then. But if I'm
Oh,
getting like that, oh my God, thank you for that. Because I just
well,
thought
it's
I
just
could get in there.
yeah, just because your son's there already, and also
Absolutely.
it's always a lovely. Did you do that at the Isle of Wight? Did you have a look around? Oh, did you? You got to the Isle of Wight, right?
Yeah, yeah, but we just went straight to the front, Anna, I'm afraid. And then I saw that video of you walking around. I'm thinking, oh, perhaps we should have walked around, but we went straight to the front.
There's so many stalls around the
Yeah.
festivals, and so where are the places that you would take your jam? So you take it to. You said lots of little. You've got the market, and then the shops, and then you
Yeah.
small business fairs. Did you say
Yeah,
small business fairs? Small, right?
there's like you know, like little markets. Like there's one that I've just got in, which is not far from me, 10 minutes from me. And not every Sunday, every fourth Sunday in the month or something like that, they have like all these stalls around for crafts and a bit of food and stuff like that. Loads of people go. And the things I've only done two now, and people have started to come back now. Oh, we love this, we love this.
No, I'm not
So that's
surprised. It was delicious. You said you can even have it as a dollop on its own, which I did. It was.
yeah,
I thought I'm going to try it like that first. It was really,
it's a dollar per spoonful and just
it's really
whack
nice.
it
But
back.
I like what you said that it is versatile, isn't it? Because it does add because it's got that sweetness. Where are you? Is there a load of politics in? Well, there is increasingly. It doesn't have to be a bad thing, but it's always that there's always that element of mindfulness around cooking these days.
I know.
So where do you stand on that? Is yours unashamedly? Right, I'm a sugar lover. It's going in and it tastes good. Or do you have like, are you
I'm
considering reduced sugars or what? What's your
I'm
take on that?
afraid so. It has only got a couple of grains of sugar in, but I love my sugar. So I know
Oh,
it's
does it
my
not have
favourite
much sugar in
place.
it?
No, not at all, Anna.
I didn't look
There
at the
is a
ingredient.
bit.
No, I'm a sugarholic, so so you're not don't feel you need to be so
Well,
but it just
somebody
because it's
did
really
say.
sweet, it's delicious.
I know.
So
Yeah, but
what do
it's
you
got
put
a bit of sugar
in?
as well. Sorry.
What do you put in if you're not putting in sugar?
Well, my friend said, "Oh, can you try a diet one for us? Because we eat it like bilio." So basically, she said, "Will you do a diet one?" And then her husband texted me and said, "I don't want a diet one. You've got to do the normal one." So, but I will try it actually. I will try it with some low sugar stuff and just see what it tastes like. But I don't really like the taste of diet food or
No,
diet. I
there's
can always,
sometimes the substitutes are worse, aren't they? And they're not
yeah.
necessarily supposed to be any healthier. I mean, I suppose I'll tell you what's really nice, agave. Have you tried
Oh
agave?
no.
Agave
Tell me.
syrup is really nice. Yeah, it's
Oh,
just called agave syrup. So it's not even honey. It's a syrup, but it's not. Even though I love that other one, I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, but it's a syrup. You get it in most well-known in just loads of supermarkets. It's called agave. I think it's a plant-based syrup, but it doesn't taste. It just tastes sweet and it's really nice.
oh,
Um,
well, I'll try
yeah,
that. I'll give that a
yeah.
go and see what I think.
Yeah,
But
it
no,
doesn't
that's a
have a
good
weird taste.
idea.
It doesn't have a weird taste. It's got really nice taste actually. It's got quite a yeah, well see what you
Yeah,
think
I
of
will
it.
do. I'll give that a go rather than the diet sugar or whatever. I don't
No,
quite know what it is really. I just, but
no,
anyway, but I know I'll
no.
try that syrup and see. The
Yeah, it's
only
worth
problem is I don't know whether it's going to change the
bind.
consistency of it.
How it would
So,
bind. Yeah.
yeah.
Not that I came on here to give you a load of tips how to make your own jam.
No, it's
I'm just
great. It's great.
I know that yeah, I mean yeah, anyway, that's but yeah, it's really nice. So what are your points? I forgot to ask Kathleen this last week. I get so excited and genuinely I'm just fascinated about finding, what people's particular routes to what they're doing on the creative side and then on the businessy things. Because there's always things that you learn speaking to different independent businesses,
Absolutely.
creative businesses, because there's often crossovers, things that we're all doing and then slightly different things. Because what you've just said about your jam is actually potentially for someone that has a lot, even though CDs aren't necessarily what people do these days, I do CDs. And there's lots of little markets you can have in CDs. There's lots of local shops you could take your
Yeah.
CD. So there can be crossover with different creative products, really, and services for that matter. Yeah. Have you? So what are your? Well, I wouldn't say concerns, but what are the things that you said you feel that you have? Well, you haven't said yet, but you feel you have still that you'd like to find out about. So Instagram's one. It's easy to be impatient with ourselves when objectively, when I kind of stand back a bit, I think there's a lot, not, I don't want to feel overwhelmed, although it can feel overwhelmed, but there is a lot of different things to learn, and people spend ages qualifying themselves to become an expert in a lot of these different areas. So you have to try and be patient with yourself when you're not actually getting one area, because you do get specialists in all these fields that as an independent business owner we're trying to learn about, and also we want to learn about. I want to learn about these things, but I am learning that I'm not necessarily going to learn to the point of being really, proficient at absolutely everything, because there's just too many departments. You can't necessarily, it can be as much about deciding what do I need to learn and what am I interested in learning, as that could be just as much a part of the process. But what do you feel that you do still need to learn apart from Instagram, that you'd like to learn what to do?
I don't think Instagram will be all that hard if I sit down and concentrate on it for half an hour or however long. The things that's confusing me is all the business side of it and doing the tax and stuff like that. I'm completely useless with numbers. Failed my maths twice, and it's just all things like that. But I can always leave that as long as I've excuse me, as long as I've got all my receipts and everything, I can just shove those to the accountant. That's what I've just thought in the end, because I just thought I don't need any hassle of trying to learn something that I don't necessarily need. Like the Instagram, you can learn a bit every day and get used to that, and put stuff on yourself. But things like the accountants and getting that stuff sorted out, and I'm thinking I'm no good with accountancy or anything like that, so I'm going to get the accountant to sort that out.
Absolutely. It is, especially it's tempting. Another thing about being your own boss and having your own business is that there can be always part of you that thinks that you should, because because you are the one that has got the impetus and has got the passion for it. So there's part of you that wants to, and then it can be frustrating when you come up against, wow, this really isn't my skill set, and actually, is this just draining the energy that I could be allocating somewhere else? That's a constant kind of conversation. It can be, I think, as you're learning and developing your own business, what is actually cost effective, what does make, what is a false economy, what is actually spending far too long to do when you could have, when actually, especially with accounting, tell me about that. That's another thing that you can lose days and nights, and then you think actually the cost of actually hiring somebody versus what I could have done with that time. One of the things that I'm realizing increasingly at the grand old age of all my experience is that thing about time management. It is that thing that actually this is either false economy business wise, or false time, whatever that phrase is. There isn't a phrase. Yeah, where it can be much better, time could be better spent thinking, hang on, what if I just concentrate on this and I just look into, there's places like, have you heard of Fiverr?
Oh yes, I have, that do stuff for you for like a fiver or whatever.
I haven't looked into it. Yeah, and also a few people that have businesses do talk about, I haven't looked into this either yet, but I do talk about taking on interns when it's people that are students. I mean, obviously you don't want to turn into like some kind of Dickensian exploiting.
Yeah.
you want to keep an eye on the
an hour or something.
Like, you're lucky to be in my incredible, entrepreneurial business presence. So please do
making
it.
3 jars a day or something. No, no, I couldn't do
But
that.
but people will, especially, but I do think there is, it is, well, I know a lot of people that will take on interns, and then will, when people are still learning, then it can be, can be part of their learning, as long as it's not at all
Yeah.
ends of the night and day, and that it can be part, and then they can get that on their CV. So those things can be worth looking into if
Yeah,
you're, if you're
I
needing
hadn't thought,
support with.
yeah, I hadn't thought about that, to be fair. But I think I wrote my friends into helping me before I start paying. But you know what? That could be a real, like a little work experience for people, couldn't it? Learning stuff like that, doing
Yeah.
stuff like that would be fantastic. But
Yeah, well, you do
yeah,
get people in the colleges that are looking for work experience. So for new
yeah,
businesses,
I
yeah,
could.
it's quite a common thing apparently,
Is it? Oh, so
with new businesses.
I could contact a local college, couldn't I, and see if anyone wants to come and help. I hadn't even
Mm.
thought about that. There's so many things that I haven't even thought about yet.
Well,
All
I
those
do think
things.
we need a bit of support as independent, business owners and self-employed. It is as
Absolutely.
much about seeking out the right kind of support that we need, and not thinking that you've got to be a millionaire before you can ask for it.
Yeah, the thing is, though, I think your little group is absolutely great as well, because when you ask what you're going to do this week, I'm thinking, right, I'm going to do this week. It never ends up like that, but it gets me doing a tiny bit rather than nothing, because I'm tending to walk around thinking, well, I've got to do that, I've got to do this, got to do that, got to do that, and never get anything done. So your help and everyone else's help on this group is getting me back into it. Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant. I'm glad, so glad that it's come about.
Yeah,
And you
I'm
can,
enjoying that as well, from what you've said. Yeah,
yeah,
that accountability and the small steps as well. The combination of those two things is actually really powerful. I mean, I haven't. I'm looking forward to going live, and everyone's been quite patient on particular subjects. But that's one of the reasons for doing the interview, to find out.
what people are going to
It's just
say.
I've been quite busy with obviously doing live stuff, so I haven't actually started doing it yet. But I really want. I do find it really interesting, and I'm fascinated hearing everybody's routes to doing what they want, and also what else they feel that they need to find out. So for you, what would you say? Was there anything else that would say that, oh, I do need, you've identified that, yes, some more support would be good, and Instagram, although
Yeah.
you also said that might not take very long, but anything else from a business perspective that you feel that you
Um,
don't necessarily know how to do yet, that you feel would be helpful for you?
I've asked somebody to do a website for me, so not just for my chili jam, but for other people's crafts. I'm going to hopefully get them on the website, and
Ah.
just like unusual crafts that I love, and someone else like completely crazy crafts and slightly quirky. And I'm just hoping I'm going to get enough people doing that. But he set it up, but he's only got my chili jam on there at the moment. So that again, I haven't got a clue about. Someone else
Mm.
will have to do that.
Mm.
Um, but it's just, I've got so many ideas, but if I was just on my own, I couldn't do them. So there was a man up the road that said he'll try and do a dragon's den type thing with
I
me.
remember you told me about
Um,
that.
I know, but
Is that an investor then, basically?
yeah, but he said I'll have to decide what I can get, what he can have, what part of it he can have.
Mm.
But he said, oh, we can take it all the way. And I'm like, oh God. But I am excited about that. And I don't think I will ever do that if I was on my own. So I
No.
need somebody to, because I'm great at making the jam, great at the ideas, fantastic at the ideas. I've got like a big piece of paper with all my ideas here.
Oh, fabulous.
Um, but it's putting them into practice, and that's what I need help with.
Mm.
Somebody who's like a business type who can go, right, we can do this bit, this bit, this bit, and I'll go, oh, that's really good, rather
It
than
does.
just making.
Yeah, it does sound really good. Obviously, having outside investment and outside support from people that are further along the line on the business side of things is brilliant. It's always welcome, obviously, as long as you get on well with them. That's always a crucial
Yeah,
part as
yeah,
well, because it's going to be a
I
business
know.
relationship. You need to kind of suss all that side of things out. But don't underestimate all of those things that you just talked about, because they're all equally impressive to hear about the fact that you've already got it on the market. I know that it might not be monetized in the way that you'd like it to be, but you've already got your Facebook page up. You've already got it into the market. You've already got it into 5 shops. And it's often these organic ways. You're already doing sampling, where you offer sampling, you're offering it to me, and offering it to people and saying, you know, certain criteria and certain things that you're doing are well recognized business strategies. They might not sound like it, so you know, but they are. And so don't trivialize what you've already done, because it sounds brilliant. And thank you so much for saying that about, I don't know, about an hour ago. Oh, do you fancy doing an interview this afternoon?
I was lying in the bath. And you said, "Oh, do you fancy?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Well, I was just doing like a load. Yeah, I was doing a load of admin, which I incredibly managed to finish a lot quicker than I had time managed for, which was a miracle. And so I thought, right, this is a great opportunity. I just want to double check that. I mean, I was asking you about that just because I have this tendency, because I love having a good old chat, of writing out specific questions and then not actually referring to it at all. So just want to check if there's anything on that. No, I think we've covered. It's much nicer when it gets covered in a normal conversation rather than right. Question number 6. Question number 6.
Sorry, question number 6.
No. I'm saying it's much better than when it gets. It's much nicer when it's just a normal chat. I think. Well, all I would like to say is, can we do it again and talk about your art? Because I'm just very
I'm
nosy now.
I'm doing crafty things, and I've made some earrings and stuff off there's a charity shop near me that uses all the broken jewellery, so I use all the beads. They sell it in a big bag. So I'll just use all the broken beads and make them into earrings and stuff.
Well, don't say too much. Because I want to do another interview about that, if you don't mind.
Sorry.
No, I'm only joking. I'm not joking about the interview. Say what you like. It's not news at 10, Louise. Say what you like.
I'm sorry. I thought you were a Holly Willoughby interviewing me then.
Well, as I said, I can't remember what that interview phrase was I came out with, but it's funny. I said on one of those Friday Live feedbacks, "Take heed." The other day, I'm like, take heed. Nobody's ever said that for about the last 400 years. What are you coming out with? It's funny what happens when you start doing live stuff. God. It wasn't a directive, but it was about, I don't know what it was about, but it's funny. Any old stuff can come out when you're having a chat. But that's all right. What's wrong with that? Nothing. So, I wish you all the best with your jam. I'm really enjoying it. It's delicious. And that's Red Brick Market, although you said it, but you've got your Facebook page. Maybe send me a link to the Facebook page so that people can have a look on the page as well. And I'll see you. If I don't see you before, I'll see you whenever the next Duran show is. I don't know. We've got the stand-ins thing.
Stand-ins. Is it November?
That's in November. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's great fun as well. I mean, that's hilarious.
Oh,
and good fun, isn't it? Yeah, he's great, isn't it?
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, but we'll end on, we won't end on Dom, we'll end on your jam. I'm going to move out here. I did it the other day, and it was just like because it was a photo thing, it actually cut out and you just saw a plain wall and a bit of a curtain. But just end on your image.
Yeah.
Although you can't really, but it is gorgeous. It just kind of looks very accessible. It's not accessible,
I can't think where that was. I've done like really big. Like I've done a really big fair. That was the big festival. That was Jamie Oliver's and Alex James. Yeah, I did that a couple of years ago.
How did you get that?
Well, the thing is that it's £1,300 for a stall, and I told my dad, I said it's only 500 quid, because it would have gone. That's ridiculous. I can't believe you're paying for that. But I did really well. I didn't sell 1,300, but everyone really loved it and everything.
Right.
And I would like to go back to that. But these stalls are like 10, 20 quid.
Perfect.
So that's great. So you can make quite a bit of money doing those.
Yeah, so it's weighing up the promotion versus versus sales and all sorts of things. So and then presumably, well, it sounds like you're pretty good at PR as well, PR and press can we do another interview in the future, the Dragon's Den version? And well, we've got two more interviews, and we've got your art interview, and we've got Louise Thompson, Dragon's Den. I don't know what the theme music
let's
is.
Hope. Let's hope. He hasn't got.
All the best
We were
with that.
supposed to meet up the other week, but he said, "Oh, I'm too busy this week," so he hasn't come back to me yet. I'm hoping he's still going to do it.
Oh,
But,
I hope so too. But in the meantime, you've got loads of ideas and loads going on with what you're doing already. So don't underestimate what you've already achieved, because I think it sounds fantastic. It's great. You know, the same with quite a few people that I've spoken to. You can kind of, when you actually say what you're doing, you think, well, this is brilliant, because it takes quite a lot of energy to get up and going and all these ideas are all really helpful to hear. So thanks ever so much.
Oh, thank you, Anna. Thanks very much. Anyway, it's been
All
really
right
great.
then. Yeah, and I'll see you soon. I'll see you in November.
All right.
Bye.
Okay then. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.